Alright, and we should be live here on YouTube for the Food City 500 here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so we are just getting set up though. We are about half an hour away from the start of opening ceremonies, so we will have time to get this thing going. Got a pre-race poll in the chat if you guys want to go ahead. If you guys want to go ahead and take part, we are set up and ready for this one. Alright. Oh, but yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, and to help fill the time while we wait for the start of the race, we will be going ahead and opening up some card packs. So, one, because I have cards I'm going to be had been wanting to open, and two, so that we can hopefully fill some good time. So there we go. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, so there we go. Welcome on in. Alright, so again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's go ahead and flip on over to our camera. I'm also going to just organize this table just a little bit here. Alright, we also got some more hard sleeves wrapped up and ready to go. So welcome on in. Yeah, feel free to let me know who you guys think is going to win this race. I have got my picks in, so don't need to do that. Alright, let's see. So, we got some NASCAR Prism cards, but we will save those for a little later on. We also got 2 boxes of 2024 Mosaic, along with a mega box of the Mosaic. So we'll start with one of these, and we'll probably we'll see where we go from there. So we got a few different boxes of cards. Hopefully, we'll wait for some good, entertaining card opening again while we wait for the start of this thing. Also got the extra top loaders there. Closing down Photoshop to hopefully provide some more power for the computer. And we are ready to go. Alright. I set my fantasy lineup for my primary league. I want to make sure I get my other lineup set too, because I'm in about 3 or 4 different leagues. Although this is the one I care about the most, I obviously got other ones as well. If you guys want to take part in the NASCAR Fantasy app with me, link is in the description. So there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up this box here. It should be 36 total cards, so we'll have quite a few cards. Hopefully a good shot of getting a Mosaic Drake May or Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels Mosaic would go really well. Although, because I live in New England, obviously I think the Drake May cards will also play pretty well. for this area. Other than that, it's basically just looking for competitive rookies. So, Bucky Irving, some of the others. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, no special number on the back, so we'll just go ahead and go right on into it. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown base, Darius Slayton. Trying to get it to where that light isn't so sharp. Oh, we get NFL debuts. We get a rookie card here of Jatavion Sanders out of Texas. Michael Hall Jr. to the Cleveland Browns. Another rookie card there. Ooh, we get a Touchdown Masters Derrick Henry mosaic. That's pretty cool. Oh, and we get a green, and it's Christian Gonzalez on the green mosaic. All right. Certainly not a bad group, although I don't think there's really anything super urgent to top load, so we'll just set those over there. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. We are currently sitting a little bit away from the start of the race, so again, if you guys are joining for the race broadcast, we will be getting into it soon. We do have some NASCAR cards that will be opening as well, but don't want to use them all up, so here we go. We only got one box of NASCAR cards, so we got Quentin Johnston, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, Luke McCaffrey rookie card. All right, there we go. Oh, we get Andre Johnson mosaic and Rome Odunze rookie card. There we go. All right, we got a couple of pretty good ones there. Notoriety there for the Rome Odunze rookie card. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Oh, we got, 3 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to be a part of today. Again, we are enjoying this one. Hopefully you guys are too. As they are really hyping up this Bristol baseball game, which, I mean, I get it. It's a big deal for Bristol Motor Speedway to have more revenue coming in, but I don't know. If you're going to cover the track in that much dirt, I feel like your best bet would have been to just keep this a dirt race. Alright, we got Adam Thielen, Nico Collins, Tyreek Hill. Ooh, who dat? It's National Pride Tua Tagovailoa. We got Ricky Sanders for the Commanders. And National Pride Khalil Mack green mosaic. All right. Don't know on the sheer value of the cards, but we got some cool looking cards at the very least. Alright, there we go. They've also got the giant rolling shopping cart out there for the Food City sponsorship. here we go. Let's see. Alright, we got T. Higgins. Kittle. NFL debuts, we get a Michael Penix Jr. Keon Coleman, the rookie out of Buffalo. Ooh, we get a gold rookie. It's a Trey Benson rookie card. And touchdown masters, Randy Mouse. Alright, so that gold card might actually be decently valuable, because I don't know how... Alright, let's see, is it numbered? It's not numbered, but we can look up the value on it. Now that we're almost all the way through. But we will go ahead and top load this one ahead of time. But yeah, we are just chilling out here, though. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah, the gold honeycomb look is definitely a really cool looking card. Just don't know on the sheer value of the card. Alright, so again, wow, we're up to 6 people. Alright, thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We got 2 packs of cards left from that first box. So we'll go through, take a bit of a break. We'll take a bit of a break in between each box. Basically, go back and forth between the full camera and the card opening. Ooh, we get a Drake May on the back, which the back cards have been some of the cool green ones. So let's see, we got Hunter Henry for the Patriots. Bit of a Patriots pack here. Jalen Hurts. John Taylor. Okay, I thought it was just a weird Jonathan Taylor because it looks like his college uniform at Ohio State is a Buckeye, but no. Puka Nacua, American Pride. There we go. Jacob Cowing, rookie out of San Francisco. And it is a green Drake May rookie card. There we go. I know the Jalen Hurts equivalent is like a $24 card, so there's a good chance that this card is about $15 to $20 card too. Although, obviously, May has had very little success in his 1 year versus Jalen Hurts coming off a Super Bowl. So I'd probably say about $15 probably is the value on that card. Still really good value there. Especially, again, considering my area is New England. So we've got the... I actually need to get a photo of that one real quick because these are really cool. Let's go ahead and get the photo here. Okay, let's try and get a photo somewhere where the glare won't be as... There we go. Alright, well, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. We got 7 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us as we are getting ready to go. We are about 15 minutes out from the start of opening ceremony, so again, we will be getting ready for this race shortly. I guess I'd start the stream a little bit earlier to hopefully One, because YouTube needs the stream to actually be going on for X amount of time before the event to actually start promoting it, which is annoying. Alright, rest of these are probably still decently good. Alright, we got one last pack. Here we go. Alright, here we go. We got Greg Dortch, Micah Parsons, Drew Brees, Hall of Fame inductee, Tom Flores out of Oakland. Okay, out of the Oakland Raiders. Oh, yeah, Kyle Pitts, Mosaic, and Notoriety Brees Hall. There we go. No idea what how good the notoriety cards are, but let's go ahead and flip back on over to the big screen, and let's go ahead and look at the results of the poll so far. So we've had 7 people have put in their opinion. So it looks like we think Ryan Preece is the most likely of the 400-yard drivers I highlighted to have the best day. The other drivers I highlighted were Stenhouse, Allmendinger, and Jones. Stenhouse qualifying on the front row. Allmendinger also inside the top 10. Yeah, Preece coming from the team that has done very well at Bristol between Roush, Fenway, Keselowski, and their 2 other cars. Both with Buescher having actually won races at the with Buescher having won a race at Bristol and Brad Keselowski having looked good at Bristol in the RFK era. Alright, here we go. Alright. Alright, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so yeah, feel free to let me know who some of your guys' favorite drivers are. We'll try and follow them throughout the race. There we go. These cards that still need to be either at least hard sleeved or at least soft sleeved, and almost all of them need to be hard sleeved. Alright, so again, we're chilling out here, but yeah, that Drake May card is a really cool one. Just gonna, because I'm curious, I'm gonna go ahead and look up the this card here. Okay, that definitely isn't it. Okay, wow, that card, that's an amazing card. Okay, that there looks like our card. Okay, looks like it's about a $9 card, so a little under what I thought it was for the Drake May card, but I couldn't help but check it out. You know, we're getting closer and closer to the start of this one. We're about 9 minutes out from the start of opening ceremony, so you know, we'll be getting this race going sooner rather than later, hopefully. We'll also be trying to keep up with the IndyCar race in Long Beach as well, but unfortunately, because it goes off at 4:30, it is going to be a really tough one to try and keep up with both. But if something big happens in Long Beach, we will know about it. But yeah, I almost put Jesse Love on that list as an underdog, but I wanted to try and include at least one driver from each manufacturer, and I already had both Ricky and AJ for Chevy drivers, so I didn't want to include a third Chevy. So I picked Eric Jones just kind of as an out of the blue pick. Alright, so again, just really let me know who you guys also think is going to win. I'd love to hear you guys' race win picks. My pick for the win is going to end up being Christopher Bell. I made that pick as a part of the Lapdown podcast chat. We didn't ultimately get around to recording an episode today, this week, because of the a couple of different things outside of our control, but we should be back this week after Bristol with our Bristol recap, and looking forward to the Rockingham weekend, which Rockingham's going to be a fun weekend. Hopefully, by the end of Rockingham, we'll be in the new studio, which will be really cool to be able to be back in the old/new studio. So, all right, there we go. Alright, there we go. We got that all set up. We are getting ready to go. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I know I am thrilled. Hopefully you guys are excited, though. Again, we also got the opportunity to talk with Truck Series driver Stephen Malazzi last Friday, so before he ended up competing in the truck race at Bristol, so that was a pretty cool chance. You guys get the chance, you guys should definitely go watch the interview. Got the chance to talk with him for like 15, 20 minutes. So, there we go. Yep, they are starting opening ceremonies here with the invocation. So, we will be getting ready for this one too. Alright, there we go. Alright, so yeah, we're getting ready for this one. Race has not started yet. Alright, there's Ty Dillon with his family. Getting curious to see what the RCR group looks like, because again, now that they've got both Austin Hill and what's his name? Jesse Love both making starts in the NASCAR Cup Series, it's only a matter of time before one of them probably gets a full-time opportunity either in the 3 or the 8 vehicles. And at the moment, I don't think there's a third charter available, so I don't think they could expand to a third car if they wanted to. Even though I think a third car would be great for them. It seems like 3 cars is kind of the magic number to really succeed in this next gen era. Roush and Keselowski is taking a step forward since adding their third car to start this year. Yeah, Trackhouse looks, has been, looked immediately to try and expand to a third car, and obviously they've got more than 3 drivers ready. But I think there's a good proportion of teams that I think once you get to that 3 car, I mean, look at a team like Penske. I mean, Penske has found, I think, 3 to be the magic number. They haven't seen the need to expand, and now I don't even think they can expand if they wanted to, which, because I do think, and I think NASCAR in their latest charter agreement, although I say agreement, we still have to wait and see what the lawsuit's going to end up doing, but in the charter agreement, I believe they limited the teams to 3 charters each, while grandfathering in Hendrick and Gibbs to allow them to keep their 4th. There we go. Yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We're just sleeving up cards here. So they're doing the, hey, Taterhead, how's it going? Yeah, we got the bots. Hate seeing bots popping back up. There we go. We got the bots kicked out of here. Welcome on in, Taterhead. How's it going? Alright, so we are just chilling out. Alright, so they got there's their national anthem just wrapped up. We should be seeing them cut to the commercial break, and then we might be seeing them start up the doing the driver start their engine. So at the moment though, we are just leaving up the cards. Yeah, I saw that one. LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacey passing away this morning. That was shocking news. I'm not the biggest LSU fan, so I hadn't watched a lot of him, but I say you hate to see really a kid, which is weird to say because he's the same age as me. Yeah, 1 year older. He's like half a year older than me, but yeah, it's a sad one. Alright, so we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time though. The motorsports community has also had quite a few passings. We talked about them on Friday night when we did the truck race, but obviously a lot of these teams, especially Hendrick, are reeling from the loss of one of their mechanics. For the life of me, cannot remember the guy's name, but we will mention that. But him, Shigeki Hattori, former NASCAR Truck Series owner, passed away, as well as the Scott Dixon's father, I believe, all passed away this week, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely a rough week for sports. But, yep. We're just going to keep sleeving up cards here as we get ready for this one. Looks like they're coming back from commercial break. Alright, so we're just chilling out. We got 8 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us. And so if you guys do enjoy these types of videos, or these types of streams, feel free to let me know, and I will definitely keep them up. I've been doing them for about 2 years now. Why is... Another bot. Great. Get the bots out of here. And then let's go ahead and get the just do a quick cleanup of my computer because I don't need nearly as many files that I've got on here. Probably leading to some of the lag that I've been seeing. Come on, why didn't it pop up over there? Alright, we should be able to get our leaderboard here shortly. This is usually about the time they go and put it up. As we're going to be getting ready for the command to start the engines. They've got Mike Harvick, Kevin Harvick, and Clint Moore in the booth. So, as is usual at every one of these races. So, alright, here we go. And of course, as soon as I get the one thing figured out, there's another error thing on my screen. Unfortunately, that one I don't think there's anything I can actually do about it. Alright, so yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's gonna be having a good time. Alright, there we go. And yep, here we go. They're getting ready for the command to start the engines. They've got Reds legend Johnny Bench and Bob Kessling, the voice of the Tennessee Volunteers football team. For their, he's their stadium announcer, I believe. So again, we'll be getting ready to roll here shortly. Alright, we got 10 people hanging out in the chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us. Let's say you go ahead and give the command to start the engines, and we are set up and ready for this one. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Who's my race winner? I've already mentioned it, but yeah, I've got Christopher Bell as my race winner. If I had to pick a dark horse, I mean, I'd love to see Stenhouse get this one, starting on the outside of the front row. I would probably say he counts as a dark horse. Although some people may say that that's not, that him starting as high up as he is doesn't count. If I had to go with someone a little bit further down, I'd say Josh Berry potentially being a candidate for a second career win today would be another pretty good dark horse pick. Between driving for Team Penske and the between him driving for Team Penske and the right, there we go. Yeah, between him driving for a Penske affiliated car and qualifying, being the only car for that 21 team crew and being the first one to get a win this year, I think it's a pretty good chance he could get a second one here. So those would be some of the dark horses I would be looking at. Again, I struggled to try and find a dark horse of the from the Toyota camp because I feel like really there isn't a true dark horse out of Toyota's camp today. Obviously, for Chevy, you've got a few different options. You got AJ Allmendinger, Stenhouse. You could go with Jesse Love. Last night's race was boring. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as Kyle Larson led 100 and... oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I hate when the race tracker thing pops up. Like, come on. There we go. Let's get this relined up again. But yeah, last night's race definitely could have been a little bit more exciting. But Kyle Larson just came in and whacked the field. Yeah, literally all night long. So. All right. Alright, there we go. Sheldon Creed was like the only accident last night. Well, I don't feel like a race needs to have a ton of crashes to be exciting, but I would certainly, the Sheldon Creed accident was one of the scariest, and I certainly hope that Brennan Poole is okay, but for me, I feel like that wreck really kind of killed a lot of the excitement of the race because in a race where you have a dominant driver like Kyle Larson absolutely demolishing the entire field, I think a good way to break that up is to talk about the Dash for Cash, which both Sheldon Creed and Brennan Poole were a part of. And Brennan Poole was one of the most interesting Dash for Cash options available. So the fact that he was going to get a chance to race for $100,000 and then all of a sudden wasn't going to be a part of that storyline would have absolutely killed the race. And I'm kind of glad I wasn't streaming it because, again, the only storyline I would have had throughout that race would have been the Dash for Cash, and Allgaier 1 was never really... Oh no, people tried passing each other. It's just the track really was not... the track has been very much a one-lane track, and that was the case of the truck race too. But also the fact that nobody could really touch Larson for for the entirety of the night. So there we go. We're talking about the Bristol hot and cold drivers here. So there we go. Kyle Busch, 5 straight finishes of 20th or worse at Bristol. Wow. I didn't realize how cold of a streak he'd been on at Bristol. Obviously, Joey Logano seeing the highlight of him smacking the wall in qualifying, which has led him to starting at the rear of the field, which is going to be a tough one for him to come back from, but there we go. Alright, so starting 38th for Joey Logano. Again, this back half of the grid is going to be a real, it's going to be an uphill battle watching some of these guys coming from deep in the field. You got Priest back there, so again, I think the drivers can come from that back to the front. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a game, though, of trying to get ahead of it, because if you can put a lap down early at Bristol, it can be very tough to overcome, especially if we go green for a decent chunk of it. And with stages of 125, 125, yeah, if you got past the 12th spot, yeah, again, and that just goes to how dominant Kyle Larson was in that race. Yeah, after you got past about, he had lapped up to like 12th spot in stage 1, which is the other thing that drivers didn't really. Yeah, the drivers got lapped within the first stage, because it's not uncommon to see, all the way the top 15, top 20, ending on the lead lap. It's rare to see them all off the lead lap within the first stage of the race. So there we go. All right, so again, we got Bowman and Stenhouse on row 1. Row 2, we got Larson and Hamlin. Row 3, we got Blaney and Gibbs. Bell, Allmendinger. Row 4, Hocevar and Haley got the Spire Motorsports row 5 going. Yeah, well, I mean, and weird timings. I mean, that adds to the pit strategy, though, and trying to find ways to gain some of that back. Because, again, like with the double cautions at the end of the stage, that actually allowed about 10 cars to get back on the lead lap that otherwise wouldn't have had an opportunity to get back on the lead lap, if you think about it. Because with the fact that we had the double cautions right near the end of the stage, we had the Sheldon Creed crash right before there. But yes, there we go. If you feel something, hit pit road. Keep watch on number of tires. Okay, how many tires do they got? If you're going to highlight that as the race strategy, tell us how many. How many sets of tires they get. Come on. Where's the sets of tires? Because, yeah, the number of tires that these teams have is going to be as important as ever here. Because, through practice and qualifying, that's kind of the one major thing that everybody's been able to kind of hone in on, is that tires are definitely going to be wearing out really quickly here. So, keeping an eye on your tire wear. Here we go. Green flag is out. Wow, I did not realize the pace. I didn't realize they'd already done their pass through on pit road, but here we go. Bowman out to the lead. Stenhouse is going to filter into second. Looks like Ty Gibbs going to be trying to make a run here on the outside. And Ty Gibbs is going to get by his teammate Denny Hamlin. Ty Gibbs making some real hay on the top line. I'm just curious if he might be using up those tires a little too early here. I guess if you're in the bottom lane, it must be bad for restarts. It definitely can depend, because I think that bottom line, especially, once the run goes more than 5 laps, I think the bottom line really does become more effective than the top line, especially with that PJ1 that they've added around the bottom to try and improve performance. Definitely, the top line has been pretty good on restarts, though, throughout the weekend. Alright, there we go. Long shots, Barry, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, and Hocevar are the top 4 of their dark horses to win the race. I almost wouldn't have considered Brad Keselowski a dark horse, but hey, good on them for those picks. Alright, so here we go. We got Christopher Bell back in the 7th place, trying to kind of filter into his spot. So the only drivers you have on the outside line already, only 5 laps in, and it's you've got AJ Allmendinger and Ty Gibbs both stuck on the outside, and those are the only drivers that have been able to hang on those outside lines. Everybody else is filtered for the inside. Alright, so there we go. Again, Bowman, Stenhouse, Hamlin, Larson, Blaney, the top 5. Ty Gibbs starting to slip even further back. He's now side by side with his teammate Bell for the 6th position. It looks like Christopher Bell's going to get that 6th position there, and it's going to mean that Ty Gibbs is slipping even further back. So, there we go. Again, right now, Bowman sliding even further, or not Bowman, Ty Gibbs sliding. Now he's gotten passed by his other teammate, Chase Briscoe, and now Ty Dillon to the inside there. Yeah, I mean, once he lost the M&M's funding, it definitely hurt his the speed in the number 8 or in his car. But I think the bigger thing is just the fact that he went to RCR when I think there probably had to have been other options on the table. But now that we've kind of seen what Kyle Busch looks like, I think he's also just hasn't adapted very well to this new car. And ooh, wow, Ty Gibbs jumps down in front of Zane Smith trying to just stop the bleeding, and he gets in line in the 15th position, and that's where we will see Ty Gibbs get in line. But yeah, Ty Dillon up into the top 10, though, early here. Allmendinger sliding all the way back to the 13th position, so he manages to avoid sliding as far as Ty Gibbs, despite Ty Gibbs starting further up. So there we go. Josh Berry up into the top 10. Nice to see that. Hocevar making some good progress forward after starting on the inside line. Alright, so 15 laps down. So far, John Hunter Nemechek, the biggest mover of the day. Yeah, then you've got Briscoe up 6 spots as well. So, again, some good gains for some of these drivers. Joey Logano up 5 spots from the start of the race, but the problem with starting that far back, you're essentially starting a half lap behind the race just for where you qualified. So there we go. And yep, the Penske's, you've got Cindric's in the 21st position, Logano in 33rd, and then obviously we got Ryan Blaney up inside the top 5. So there we go. Eric Jones is the other guy got hurt for changing cars. I mean, yeah, if you're talking about changing from the 20 to the 43, I mean, I don't think anyone ever thought that was really much of an upgrade, but it was pretty clear that, that they needed to move, that they needed to make a move to keep Christopher Bell, because it was I think the rumors were pretty loud saying that Stuart Haas was calling Christopher Bell trying to bring him over to the Ford side, and Toyota and Joe Gibbs Racing did not want to lose Eric Jones, or did not want to lose their potential next best prospect, so they went and moved Eric Jones out of the 20 to make room for to try and keep Bell. And so far, I would honestly say that's probably been a pretty good idea. I mean, no hate on Eric Jones, but Christopher Bell has been as close as we've seen to a true generational talent driver. Probably, I mean, he certainly has been the best of that 2020 class of when the big 3 all came up together. Although Reddick's not actually all that far back. So yeah, there we go. We're chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Jesse Love making his first career Cup Series start here in the number 33 car. And let's see, what do we got? We got, again, right now, both the 3 and the 33 are both testing the high line here. There we go, Austin Dillon to the top side. Oh, Tyler Reddick with a big slide. Manages to hang on to it. Wow. That was an incredible save there. But Tyler Reddick now stuck in the outside line here, not right where he wanted to be. But the fact that he manages to survive a slide like that without destroying his race car, I mean, that is impressive. And he only manages to lose 1, maybe 2 spots here. He actually fights back and gets right back in front of Kyle Busch. I don't know if that's Kyle Busch maybe being really not overly nice to the 45, or if the 45 is just that fast. It could just be that Reddick's just that fast here. It's also amazing we haven't had a caution. I mean, we're only 30 laps in. I'm not sure I would qualify that as amazing that we haven't had a caution, but yeah, that is saying to have a slide like that and not have it end up with a crash of some kind. I mean, that is definitely, I would say, qualifies as amazing. But making it 30 laps, especially at a short track like this where we've got 500 laps of racing, I'm kind of expecting this one to probably go green for at least 40, 50 laps minimum. You know, we got 125 laps in stage 1 here as they send this one to the first commercial break of the day. So there we go. You know, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We got 11 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your day here with us. All right, let's also go ahead and turn back on regular chat. I had turned it off for the time being because I was trying to reduce the bots, but there we go. Let's see. Boom. If we see more bots, I'll turn it back on, but again, I'm going to try and start doing subscribers only for the first little bit so that hopefully the bots just don't know that we aren't, so bots don't think they can post in here because they shouldn't be staying around long anyway. Alright, so there we go again. We're chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We got a commercial going on right now, but we have finally finished sleeving up our cards. Alright, there we go. We are chilling out here, and it is a full screen commercial break, so we are not missing anything by right now while we're just talking here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's go ahead and do, let's grab our tops NFL, and we'll go ahead and get it opened up at least. It's like promoting the All-Star race again. I'm looking forward to next weekend. Next weekend being Easter Sunday, we've got no Cup race next weekend, but we do have NASCAR Truck and Xfinity Series racing that will be going on. So there we go. And hey, we just gained a subscriber. Thank you for whoever that was that just subscribed. We are now sitting, 28 subscribers away from hitting 3,000. So, again, would love to hit 3,000 by the end of the month. Hopefully we can do it between, we'll be streaming night one of the NFL draft. Might stream 2 and 3 as well. We'll have to wait and see. It'll probably depend on how night 1 goes if we stream night 2 and 3, rounds 2 and 3 on night 2. But yeah, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And they are back from commercial break. 86 laps to go. Let's go ahead and cancel that round of commercials. Okay. Alright, so here we go. 83 laps to go. Yeah, time is ticking here. These drivers have got to start feeling like they got to make something happen. And what happened to how did Justin Haley's making a real run through the field? I didn't even notice that. But yeah, there we go. And a bot, of course. I should have expected to see bots, but I was hoping that maybe the fact we were on subscribers only mode there for a while would make it harder. But yeah, again, Justin Haley making a bit of a run here. He's all the way up to the second position here. The only car left ahead of him is the 5 car of Kyle Larson, who is clearly one of the favorites today. Stenhouse still up in the top 5, not bad. But again, these Spire Motorsports cars look really fast here. Denny Hamlin making the pass here on Bowman. Bowman seeming like he's starting to struggle quite a bit here. Maybe Bowman having a little bit of trouble with the tire wear, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, the top Chevys. Again, you got Chevys basically all throughout the top. As your top 5 Chevys are all filling the top 6 spots outside of Denny Hamlin in 3rd. Brad Keselowski up in the top 5 is a pretty cool one to see, though. Brad Keselowski making some good use there. Yeah, Michael McDowell having a little bit of a tougher time there in the number 91 car. Or not 91, 71 car. Alright, so here we go again right now. Kyle Larson out in front of the field, and he is looking like he's really trying to do as best as he can to just ignore the fact that Friday didn't go his way and try and complete this triple sweep that, again, got ended on Friday. So here we go. Justin Haley, he's starting to pull away from Denny Hamlin just a little bit as well, which is impressive. One more bot and we'll go back on subscribers only mode, and I apologize for anyone who wants to chat but won't be able to because I'm going to have to put it on subscribers only mode at the end of stage 1. We'll turn it back off and we'll see if that will do it for that one. But here we go. 72 laps to go again. Time is still, they still got time, but it is starting to tick away here. 50 laps down, 72 to go. We're starting to enter the window where I would start to maybe expect our first caution flag as some of these tires starting to wear just a little bit here. Logano up to 28th place here. Come on, don't put up the last lap time. Show us the time behind so that we know how close. Yeah, here we go. Larson's going to be closing in on lapping cars here shortly. So yeah, Larson kept closing in on lapping some cars here. Byron up to 22nd. So Byron making some good progress through the field. I'm sure Larson will cut him a break at the end of the stage if that's where he ends up being able to lap his way up to. But Chris Buescher back in the 33rd spot. That's pretty surprising here. Donner Nemechek in 34th. Again, some seems like Nemechek having some trouble there. And here we go. Kyle Larson has caught the back of the field. It is Josh Bilicki is going to be the first car he catches. There we go. Are they? NASCAR, are you kidding me? A full screen commercial break right as Kyle Larson catches lap traffic for the first time tonight? Come on. Alright, well, since we're going to a full screen commercial break, let's go ahead and open up a pack of cards. But that is idiotic for the first time to send this thing to a commercial break. Like, come on. I'm not a genius. And so far, it doesn't seem to be a local thing. It's not like, oh, it's just the my local area. But here we go. We got Darrell Revis for the Jets. We get Anthony Muzone, the offensive lineman out of Cincinnati. Sunday swag, Chris Johnson for the Panthers, and a rookie named Dylan Laub for the Vegas Raiders. Wow, so again, these Topps packs are going to go quickly, but the first rookie card we get, and I don't even know who he is. Great. Again, we're keeping an eye on the track, so don't worry. If we go back from commercial break, we will know about it. All right, here we go. We get Troy Aikman out of Dallas. Can we get somebody? Oh, we got a purple. Here we go. We got a purple Topps Chrome, and it's Don Majorowski. I have absolutely no idea who any of these people are. Here we go. Kurt Warner, another retired quarterback. This is just the retired quarterbacks pack. And we get rookie Tommy Etchenberg. Yeah, out of Las Vegas. Everything special from that pack, or all the best cards from that pack are the only players I've heard of are all the retired guys. And so that's why I'm not a big fan of Topps Chrome versus some of the other ones like the Panini produced series, where usually the Panini series have only active players or mostly active players. We got Dalton Hilbert out of New Orleans. There we go. There's a recent player, Bryce Young. We've got Santana Moss for the Commanders. And Nate Wiggins out of Baltimore, rookie card. Okay, there we go. Like we might be coming back from commercial break here shortly, so let's go ahead and get through one, maybe two more cards. Or one or two more packs here. Yep, there we go. They're coming back from commercial break here, so there we go. Alright, so we get Walter Payton, Michael Vick, Finesse, Lawrence Taylor, and Theo Johnson, the rookie out of New York. Wow. So there we go. Looking back over to this scene, and we are set up and ready for this one. Welcome on in. We got 13 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your very valuable Sunday here with us on the channel. And here we go again. Larson, Haley, Hamlin, Bowman, and Stenhouse. Again, the top five looking pretty good here. Jesse Love now a lap down after in his rookie debut. And Kyle Larson working his way through this field, trying to lap as many as he can. His next target will be John Hunter Nemechek here as he's starting to lap cars. Obviously, lapping cars will take some time, so it will hopefully slow it down his pace for the field. But yeah, Carson Hocevar, last year's Rookie of the Year. He's made 3 Bristol starts. Best finish was in his part-time. Was when he was still part-time in 2023. Yeah, and that best finish was 11th. Best finish this year, though, he got second at Atlanta a couple weeks back. I say a couple weeks back. That was almost 2 months ago now. In fact, that probably is over 2 months ago now. But yeah, Carson Hocevar, though, another driver out of Michigan. And there goes Justin Haley up the track here as they were starting to enter the lap traffic as well, and Denny Hamlin slips right on through to take that spot. Alright, so 48 laps to go here in this stage. Shane Van Gisbergen going a lap down now to Denny Hamlin in addition to Kyle Larson. As I say, the good thing for a lot of these drivers is that the more laps they go down to begin with, the better, the more likely they are to play easy with the drivers coming behind them. So they aren't going to give Hamlin quite as hard a time as they gave Larson while trying to stay on the lead lap. So there we go. Bubba Wallace in 13th and Reddick in 16th for the for those two drivers. Alright. Wow, so now Kyle Larson is caught in the back bumper of Chris Buescher. Where is Chris Buescher on the laps? Alright, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah, Kyle Larson looking to the inside. He's going to try and put Chris Buescher a lap down here, and he does, as Chris Buescher now officially a lap behind the race. Alright, so where's Buescher at in the running order? So that puts... Alright, so Larson's almost lapped 10 cars already, as he's going to be coming up behind Aaron Jones in 31st place here shortly. And man, again, Kyle Larson putting on a dominating performance. I think really about to go to another commercial break here. I mean, I get that it's probably been 15 to 20 laps or so, but that's only 10 minutes of running, if that. Alright, let's go ahead and open up some more cards while we've got the opportunity here. So these Topps Chrome packs are definitely a lot less exciting because most of the players are retired. I feel like the Topps Chrome stuff would be more exciting if any of these players were still active. I have gotten a couple of rookie cards, and I think you do get about one rookie card per pack on average, but you get guys like Ty Law, who, I mean, while a probably great player, hasn't played probably in a while. Steve Hutchinson for the Minnesota Vikings. Jamal Charles for the Chiefs. And then, rookie card, Austin Reed, Chicago QB, which means he's probably not going to ever see a field because he's going to be the backup quarterback behind Caleb Williams. Alright, here we go. We got 2 more packs left, and then we will be back over to the big screen regardless, because it won't be long. Alright, here we go. Buffalo, we get Eric Moldus. Mules? I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce that. I'm sure I butchered it. We get Ron Dane out of the New York Giants. The Youthquake of Leatu Latu rookie card. And we get Chris Boswell, rookie out of Tampa Bay. There we go. Yeah, at least we got 2 rookies in that pack. I mean, that's 2 active. But, where are all, just the regular active bulk? Rather than Michael Vick, give me, a Josh Allen. Okay, we do have purple here. We got Randy Moss on the Vikings. Amarius Mims purple. There we go. Bengals O-lineman. Hopefully he'll turn into something. Andre Rizon for the Atlanta Falcons. And Joe Alt, the 5th overall pick and O-lineman for the Los Angeles Chargers. Alright. Those packs probably still didn't pay for the set, but they at least were fun to open, and hey, we got some they definitely got better in the second half. Alright, so here we go. Again, we are closing in on 100 laps green, and Kyle Busch scrapes the fence there. And Larson now trying to lap Noah Gragson. Where's Noah Gragson? Please tell me he's 30th. Okay, yeah, Noah Gregson's 28, so at least he's not lapping anybody inside the top 20 yet. But next up, it'll be Joey Logano, the next one for Larson to try and catch once he completes this pass on Noah Gragson. He completes that. Now, again, he can start to turn his focus to trying to lap Joey Logano. And the ideal situation is to try and lap Joey Logano, Riley Herbst, and one other driver to try and hold Joey Logano a lap down. Because I think Logano, if he knows all he has to do is pass Riley Herbst, I think he can do it. And in fact, he just did it. There we go. He passes him before Herbst even gets lapped. So there we go. But yeah, being able to go ahead and get those kinds of passes done is going to be big. Because if you can keep Joey Logano off the lead lap, that'll be very important. Next car up the road after Logano will be Ryan Preece and Michael McDowell. Come on, why is it always got to be my guys? You got Michael McDowell and my fellow Ryan out there having to be the guys that Larson's going to be trying to track down. I don't care nearly as much about Ryan Preece as I do Mike McDowell, but then again, there are very few drivers I care about as much as Mike McDowell, so. But still love the Roush guys, though, and especially Ryan Preece, so. Yep. Here we go. He's got a pair of Connecticut drivers to pass, though. Both Logano and Preece, both driving Fords and both out of the state of Connecticut. So there we go. Again, Kyle Larson just absolutely demolishing this entire field, though. I mean, he's got 3 seconds with himself and Hamlin. Alright, there we go. We're just chilling out here. Again, so far, Kyle Larson, they're only giving him 9th on the passing ranks. Okay, that's a little interesting to see where they potentially should be ranking him. Alright, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so we got 8 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's decided to spend a portion of your day here with us. As right now we got, so they're showing some these drivers. Oh, looked like, William Byron got run up the track a lot by the number 2 driver. The driver out of the number 2 car, that is Austin Cindric. So far, Byron's actually doing pretty well at getting up to speed here, but yeah, a lot of marbles on the top line yesterday. Nowhere near as many today, it looks like. Although we'll have to wait, because that's certainly something that could change in a hurry, how many marbles are up there. But yeah, it's 15 degrees warmer today than yesterday, which is pretty impressive that the weather shifts that much in a single weekend, so. And some of these drivers putting up a little bit more of a fight here as Denny Hamlin makes his way up. He's now within 2 seconds of Kyle Larson. Alright, so here we go. 11 laps to go here in stage number 1. You got Kyle Larson. Alright, so here we go. Again, Preece battling back on the outside of Kyle Larson. There we go. Again, Preece versus Larson is actually a pretty good battle going on here. Yeah, right now, Larson leads over Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece currently showing as a lap down. But again, they could definitely make a pretty interesting battle here. All right, well, Denny Hamlin closing in on him. 5 laps to go in the stage. 5 more times around here. We got Kyle Larson out in front of the field. Denny Hamlin closing in quick, though, through the lap traffic. And that lap traffic giving Hamlin a much easier time than they're giving to Kyle Larson, as Larson continues to try and fight it out with the 60 car of Ryan Preece here. Denny Hamlin, only one car between himself and Larson here. It is the 22 of Logano. 3 laps to go in stage number 1. 3 laps to go in stage 1 here, and Larson clears Ryan Preece for the spot on track. And Kyle Larson immediately up to the top of the racetrack and try and see if he can get by the number 71 car of Michael McDowell as well. Here comes Ryan Preece looking to the middle. Around the bottom goes Mike McDowell, but it looks like it is going to be Kyle Larson getting through these lap cars more efficiently here. 2 laps to go. And now 1 lap to go. 1 more time around for stage number 1. As we've got Kyle Larson out in front of Denny Hamlin. Justin Haley in third. A ways back. But right now the battle is between Larson and Hamlin here. And looks like, yep, there we go. Kyle Larson gets it pretty much uncontested. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin will have to settle for second here. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so stage 1 runs completely green flag, caution flag to end the stage. As we go, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Justin Haley, Alex Bowman, Carson Hocevar, the top 5. Bell, Blaney, Stenhouse, Ty Gibbs, and AJ Allmendinger, the other drivers to earn points tonight in the stage 1. Chase Briscoe, the first driver to miss out on points. So there we go. Alright, so there we go. Saturday, 3 p.m. for Rockingham. Should be a good pair of races there. Gonna finish sleeving up these cards. Again, I'm expecting that we probably won't have time for any cards in this stage 1 break. If we do, I know which ones will open. We'll go ahead and get the NASCAR cards ready. Next break, we'll, whenever we do open cards next, it'll be the NASCAR Prism cards. Hopefully we can pull another one of 25. We pulled a couple of cards that are only one of 25, so. There we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. They're getting ready to come back from commercial break. We should be all set up and ready for this one. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Well, we are just chilling out here. They're coming back from commercial break, and we will be set up and ready for this one. Yeah, so they're going through the pit crew here for the number 11. We probably would be going through the Kyle Larson pit crew if they hadn't just changed pit crews for this race. I believe this is the first race that Kyle Larson has had. I believe he and Justin Haley, I think, swapped pit crews if I read the reports right. Alright, so there we go. They're coming back from commercial break and pit road timing lines. Again, we're getting ready for the exit off of pit road, which is going to be interesting to see where we're going to be seeing the pit road, how pit road goes here. Again, there's some short segments on pit road, especially that segment at the end of the backstretch straightaway. Yeah, there we go, showing difficulty spots. Oh, they're highlighting the section before the short section. But yeah, the shorter the section, the easier it is to catch people speeding because there's just not as much wiggle room to be over without being out of compliance. So. Yep, definitely going to be interesting to see how these drivers do. Again, pit road should be open this time by. Nope, looks like the lights are. The light is still on the pit road, so they can't open it up. So the most efficient team on pit road is the 23 team, the 11 team. The number 5 team is still inside the top 10, which I don't know if that's the new or the old 5 team, but my guess is that would be the old 5 team, which would seem weird that they swapped his pit crew off then. Because one would imagine that the best of everything is going to Larson. But here we go, coming down pit road. Pit road's open. Let's see where everybody comes. There goes the 77 of Hocevar, making a really early pit stop here. A couple of other drivers pitting down the back straightaway. You've got Justin Haley. It's like a couple of other drivers pulling off to their pit stalls here. And then the front stretch is where we're going to see most of the contenders pitting. So, on the second half of pit road, you've got guys like Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Chase Briscoe are pitting down at that end of the pit stall. Bowman with the number 1 pit box. You got, I actually don't mind. Larson got a pretty good pit stall. He's got an open box in front of him, and there we go. Kyle Larson able to win the race off pit road and jump up a spot there as we've got 3 wide coming off the pit road between Ty Gibbs and Christopher Bell and somebody else. All right, well, there we go. That is the first round of green flag pit stops, and that has gone Kyle Larson's way. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So again, this is the first caution flag in the entirety of the race so far. I'm curious to see if we go caution-free to the end of stage 2. Because if we go caution-free into stage 2, then we'll really have a question here. Alright, so there we go. Alright, well, we are chilling out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. man, stuffed up. Alright, we got another commercial break, so I don't even know if I get local commercials on YouTube. I should. I'm sure I've seen some specifically Maine commercials. For things like Napa Auto Parts in my area or whatever. Alright, well, there we go. We are getting ready for this one. We got 14 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your Sunday here with us as we get ready to go racing. Yeah, we've gone pretty much we went instant free through stage 1. Curious how far we can go without the before the first caution of the day. Alright, there we go. Alright, one more box of top loaders. If we could kindly, just try and refrain from politics in the chat. That would be very much appreciated if we could just kindly refrain from politics in the chat, especially where it's a race. We're just here to talk about racing here. Alright, so there we go. But yeah, we are chilling out though. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. They're coming back from commercial break. Again, I think Haley is better. Okay. But yeah, I think Justin Haley's been one of the most impressive things about this race so far. I mean, obviously, Denny Hamlin being able to run down Kyle Larson through the traffic. I was curious to see if he might get a shot at trying to go for the lead, but ultimately he wasn't able to get a shot at it. But the fact that Justin Haley's been able to stay inside the top 3, and the fact that we've got 2 of the 3 Spire cars inside the top 5 is insane. Another example of a team going up to another example of a team going up to a 3-car team and having a massive jump in performance. So there we go. Alright, so they're going through Stenhouse's team and the team meeting from pre-race. Alright, so that is only Kyle Larson's 3rd stage win of the year, which seems weird, because, again, I feel like I've talked about Kyle Larson winning stages way more frequently than that, but there we go. Alright, so here we go. Choose cone time. Hamlin and Larson fill up the front row. Then we got Haley, Hocevar, and Gibbs to the outside. Bowman, Bell, and Stenhouse taking the inside line. Kyle Busch and Shane Van Gisbergen caught for speeding on pit road, and that is going to kill the speed for the... That's going to kill the track position for the number 8. Shane Van Gisbergen, he was already a lap down. That was already going to be a tough situation for him. Yeah, this certainly does not help the situation, but yeah, again, he was already going to be in a tough spot with the way that was going, but Kyle Busch, he was still in the lead lap. He still had a really good shot to try and make a comeback, but nope, not this time, apparently. Or at least not yet. because still plenty of time, but it is going to be tough. Here we go. Pace car is off. Green, green, green. Green flag's out, and Larson is gone. Larson is leapt out to a good, sizable lead here. Looks like Justin Haley going to also be able to make it down to the inside from the top line here. Now the question is, can Hocevar get down in front of... oh no, Hocevar might be trying to take the lead here. I thought Hocevar might be just looking to try to get in line behind Haley, but now it looks like he might get in line in front of Haley here. Might even be looking for the lead, but as of right now, it looks like the Chili's car for the number 77 is going to be stuck battling with his teammate here for the second position. So Hocevar and Haley battling it out for second while Larson has the lead. Hamlin trying to separate himself from teammate Ty Gibbs, who was side by side there for a moment. And we are currently working our way through this one. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. Larson, Haley, Hamlin has gotten ahead of Carson Hocevar, though. Hocevar still stuck on the outside line. Speaking of stuck on the outside line, Josh Berry in 14th is stuck on the outside line as well as Chase Elliott on the inside line continues to try and push Keselowski and the others through to try and make this one more of a contest. But so far, Kyle Larson leading 111 laps already. I mean, there's been one lead change when Kyle Larson took the lead from Alex Bowman, and that is the only lead change all day, which is a little surprising here. 150 laps down. 150 down, a lot to go still, but 100 laps left in stage number 1. And, oh man, the 6 of Brad Keselowski got into the... Keselowski got into the back of the... got into the back of one of the other cars there. Almost collected up a couple of them. Larson car 2OP, yeah, well, that's kind of what the Hendrick Motorsports cars typically are. I mean, for all the people who want to go back to the classic NASCAR, I mean, this is classic NASCAR. Hendrick Motorsports having Hendrick and Gibbs being absolute juggernauts while the rest of the field just tries to look good. Although I will say, Haley and Hocevar being more competitive than I thought they would be is definitely a sign of fresh air, breath of fresh air there. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. 96 laps to go. 96 laps to go in stage number 2. So far, the fastest lap is held by Kyle Larson. AJ Allmendinger not all that far behind. Hocevar, Gibbs, and Haley all very close behind there. It's too many speeding penalties. There was only 2 of them. There was Kyle Busch, and Shane Van Gisbergen. Those were the only 2 speeding penalties that we had in this one. I mean, yeah, you wish that I wish that Kyle Busch hadn't gotten busted for speeding there, because that's going to make his day a lot harder having to start from the tail end of the field, but yeah, I mean, that just kind of is what it is there. Yeah, Eric Jones working his way up here, currently in the 28th position. He hasn't been higher than 25th yet, and that's where he started the race, which is a little concerning here. 37th is as far back as he's fallen, so. But again, Kyle Larson out there, he's got the fast lap award at the moment. 91 laps to go, and the fact that we didn't have a tire issue throughout the entire stage 1 makes me think that maybe we just won't see a tire issue, as the tire issues might be largely kind of forgotten. It was Bubba Wallace, by the way, was the car that Brad Keselowski got into and nearly wrecked earlier. Say Briscoe having to get a little bit rough to pass thing there. Let's see. Last race, Denny Hamlin, he was speeding when he got first place off pit road. Yep. Well, hey, that's what happens. You speed on pit road, you might get first place on the pit lane, but it won't mean much. So there we go. All right, where did I put the skizzers? Skizzers. They weren't far. Okay, yeah, there they are. I'm going to say they can't be far. Alright. So there we go. Welcome on in. Alright, we got ourselves some NASCAR cards again. Let's hope we get some good ones here. Alright, so these are 2024. So this is last year's rookie class. So rookies like Shane Van Gisbergen are the ones we're looking for. SVG. Trying to think of who else was a rookie last year. Who was last year's rookie class and cup? I can't remember a single one of them. I feel like I say this almost every time, and I usually think of at least one of them. Oh yeah, Hocevar was rookie in cup last year. He was the rookie of the year. Barry, but Barry isn't counted as a rookie for whatever reason. Alright, so here we go. Oh, I guess Carson Hocevar there, not a rookie card, so I guess he must have raced at some point before that. Dale Jarrett, Brad Keselowski, a red parallel for Kevin Harvick, and Zane Smith. Alright, there we go. And the Kevin Harvick is numbered at a 199, it looks like there. 199 there for the Kevin Harvick card. As I say, those red parallels are always really cool. Wish we could have gotten it on a rookie, but we didn't even get a rookie card that year. That pack. So getting ready for Easter weekend for the UFL, and we will be back to racing here. So we'll be this will be the last pack for the minute. We get Christian Rose rookie card. Chase Briscoe, Parker Retzlaff. Oh, we get a groovy Brad Keselowski card and a Bubba Wallace blue cracked ice. No number on the Brad Keselowski and no number on the blue cracked ice either. All right. Hey, I mean, that Bubba Wallace, it's not one of Bubba's best paint schemes, but a blue Bubba Wallace card is pretty cool. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so Justin Haley, he's, again, up to second place. He's battling it out with Denny Hamlin here. As they're already in lap traffic. Wow, they're battling it out with Ryan Preece here, who is back a lap down yet again. Alright, so Jesse Love lost 2 laps in there. Looks like Michael McDowell also lost a couple of laps, which is not great. Alright, so again, Carson Hocevar up to the 4th position again. Hocevar running really well, just not well enough to hang on to a top 3 spot. And oh no! SVG up into the wall, and that is going to be the second caution flag of the night. First one for contact. So there we go. Caution flag is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So Shane Van Gisbergen goes around. On the plus side, that means we'll get another round of pit stops and another chance for some of these drivers to maybe improve their positioning here. And here we go. So the contact happened just ahead, and oh, It's actually the 51 of Cody Ware that took him out. Cody Ware almost going around as well, but Ware manages to hang on to it just about. Alright, so we got 71 laps to go here in the stage. We got a very quick caution flag, which will, everybody looks like they're getting ready for a potential restart here. As I say, the Spire team getting guys up on the wall. Larson's guys are up on the wall. And today, in about 15 minutes, the 50th anniversary of the Grand Prix of Long Beach will be starting. Alright, so there we go. 70 laps to go here. Plenty of time, but we'll have to wait and see on this one. The question is how many of the guys who have tires up on the wall are actually going to come down versus I'm sure at least some of them are probably going to be trying to use the tires as bait to try and draw other people to pit road. We hadn't been green for, well, or didn't feel like we'd been green for very long, but we have actually crossed 50 laps on the stage. So, maybe laps just clicking off quicker than I think a bit, so. I'd say this race is definitely going quick, so. Let's see. Alright, here we go, guys. Coming down pit road. Let's see. Larson stays on the track, though. Haley stays on the track. So does Denny Hamlin. So most of the guys in the front coming to, that had tires up on the wall. Seems like most of them were baiting, and none of them end up coming to pit road. Yep. So the front 8 drivers all stayed out, and so that is gonna be right back to where we were. A Larson versus Haley front row. And then it will be down to where Denny Hamlin shakes out. Does he choose behind Larson? Do you think the NFL will do something for LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacey? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll do something. They might even plan something up with the New Orleans Saints draft pick, considering that's obviously the Louisiana State University, and the Saints are the Louisiana NFL team. That would be my guess, but yeah, I would be shocked. I'd be a little bit shocked if they don't do anything, but yeah, so the draft is still 2-3 weeks away, so. I guess I'm sure that there will be something done, but yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be like taking over the entire thing, like every draft pick having. Yeah. But yeah, again, we'll have to wait and see here. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if maybe the Saints even get announced as having picked Lacey. Is he any relation to Eddie Lacy, by the way? I don't know off the top of my head, but the last name just kind of rings a bell there. Alright, let's go ahead and pull this up again, and let's go ahead and open up some more packs. So, 5 cards per pack. Let's see if we can hopefully get another number. Alright. No number on the back, so here we go. Danica Patrick. Jeremy Clements. Corey Heim. Lane Riggs rookie card. There we go. And a blue cracked ice Alan Kulwicki. All right. There we go. As I love seeing a Lane Riggs rookie card. And uh-oh. Loose wheel. As the wheel comes off the 42 card, rolls into the 99 crew. Hopefully, no one injured by that. It doesn't look like it. And they 99 crew corrals the tire for the 42 team. But there we go. Yeah, no, I just said that, yeah. Yeah, the 99 crew, so let's see. Carter Lacey found dead Saturday night in Houston for his lawyer, school officials. Lacey, 24, is facing grand jury review Monday of his negligent homicide felony hit and run case. I mean, sounds like he was preparing to be the next Henry Ruggs situation, which, again, that's another reason potentially why maybe the NFL will try and brush some of this under the rug. I mean, they'll obviously, I'm sure, tweet about it this today if they haven't already, but yeah, the negative stuff about him that because I had heard a bit about the lawsuit coming in. I mean, it's possible he wasn't even going to get drafted in the first place, so. And certainly. So, again, it's possible that they could do something, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so Hamlin and Larson take up the front row spots. Haley, Hocevar both choosing the outside line behind Larson. Alright, there we go. Bowman, Bell, Gibbs on the inside. Allmendinger on the outside of row 4. Reddick and Briscoe will be row 5. Row 6, you got Barry and Byron. Stenhouse and Blaney, row 7. Row 8 will be Bubba and Zane Smith. Austin Dillon and Elliott, row 9. And row 10 will be Chastain and Brad Keselowski. I will say the fact that this caution came out before Larson was able to lap guys like Kyle Busch will certainly make this a little bit more of an exciting race, but we'll have to wait and see if any of that actually comes into play. Pace car's off. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. 62 to go here. 62 to go, and Kyle Larson easily able to take the top spot, but this time the rest of that outside line, the 2 Spire cars, a little bit lacking here. Here comes a good run from the 7 car, but the 11 on the block. Alright. Oh, and there we go. Hamlin just had a big wiggle there, and that allows Bowman to sneak through. Now Bowman back to second. We might see Bowman jump back to the lead of the race here in a moment. Bowman will be able to add to his first 39 laps that he led earlier today. But yeah, so far though, Haley and Hocevar kind of settled back into 5th and 6th place, which is still really good for them, but a lot more human compared to the second or even race win contending cars they looked like they might have had. And here we go, we got some drivers on fresh tires. Blaney, Byron, rocketing through the field, trying to make some noise here. Again, a lot of the guys in the front of the field have yet to pit under this, didn't pit under the the yellow here at the midway point of this stage. So, yeah, right now, Haley up the hill here trying to make something happen on Hocevar, but looks like he might actually slide in line behind Hocevar. No, they're going to stay side by side. The more these two battle side by side, the harder it's going to be for them. Isaiah Bond's situation, again, I haven't really looked in too much into the Isaiah Bond situation. Justin Tucker, I mean, that's one of those that I think there really won't ever be a concrete answer to because, one, so much time has passed, and two, a lot of those places don't have a lot of video surveillance, so you're going to have to take somebody's word for it. But, yeah. I also don't think that there was ever any actual lawsuit filed against Tucker, so, again, that was just always going to be a situation where we were going to have to live with a, where we're going to just have to settle on it. But, yeah, there we go. Tyreek Hill, I don't even remember what Tyreek Hill situation we are referring to at this point, because it feels like he's always got something going on. I remember him breaking a woman's leg a while back, but I think that one got settled out of court, but he was definitely in the wrong. Alright, so here we go again. The first driver on fresh tires is Ryan Blaney in 10th here. Oh, he's, again, yeah, when it comes to domestic disputes, unless something gets actually filed, unless charges are actually, unless someone actually presses charges, the odds of you getting a concrete answer as to what happened, is pretty low. I mean, it's kind of like the whole situation with, who was the running back? Or there was some player who was sued like $25 million by his cousin, or was awarded like $25 million by his cousin. But, yeah, I can't for the life of me remember the player, but yeah, there was another lawsuit. But yeah, unless official charges get filed to the point where we actually see a ruling in a court of law, it really is just kind of like he said, she said type situation with a lot of these things, so. But yeah, again, 71 laps on most of these guys' tires. Ryan Blaney, again, in 10th. He's now put 24 laps on his tires. I'm curious if he'll be able to actually end up gaining any kind of ground here. Alright, there we go. Oh, Kareem Hunt. Okay, yeah, I knew it was a well-known running back. I just couldn't for the life of me remember which one. But yeah, again, a lot of the stuff that comes out and just goes to show, that there's very few, and not to get too wrapped up in praising your sports idols, because some of them have very different home lives. I mean, as I said, there's a lot of great baseball players out there who have who are not great people off the field. Same thing with NFL, same thing with pretty much anything. There we go. Alright, 40 laps to go here in stage number 2. And we got ourselves a pretty good one. Yeah, and then in the NBA, you got guys like John Morant, who, the less said about John Morant, the better, I think. I mean, the guy just, who's 60, car number 66 is Josh Bilicki this week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Josh Bilicki in the 66. Just sleeping up some cards from the other day. Alright, but yeah, 37 laps to go here. Plenty of time still to go. Let's see. Alright. 35 laps to go here in the stage. And again, Blaney is going to have to start making some use out of these tires if he wants to really start to pressure these guys. But so far, it seems like once you get about 20 laps on your tires, the tires are basically equal. That was your dark horse? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that was your dark horse pick. Yeah, Josh Bilicki is... I don't even think Josh Bilicki's mom probably had him picked for this one. Alright, there we go. There we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. They're coming back from commercial break. Again, Larson continues to dominate this race, although he's got he's gotten about a 2-second lead out on Alex Bowman, so plenty of time. Yeah, the 99 car in 23rd. As he had the wheel was ended up hitting the 919. Let's see the 99 also had a wheel get away from them, but yeah, ooh. Yeah, looks like the loose wheel from the 42 did not end up hitting anybody. Looked like it might have just about clipped one guy's ankle, but yeah, there we go. Well, you guys have had issues with tires. I mean, there's been 2. I don't know if I'd say that's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to happen all at once, but especially compared to what I think a lot of people were expecting coming into the day, with tire issues being the #1 story entering the weekend. I think it's actually been relatively good that they've been able to that the tires have lasted 120 laps. All right, so Ryan Preece currently 24th, trying to fight his way. Has he fought his way back on the lead lap? Hard to tell because they are doing the stupid. Okay, there we go. Thank you for changing it over. The stupid lap time thing instead of how far behind the leader they are. So Kyle Busch still on the lead lap. That's good. Come on. Let's say Priest. Come on. Let's see. Is Priest on the lead lap or not? Well, I mean, I could look it up, but NASCAR would be great if you just show it on the screen. Ryan Preece was on the lead lap here up until Ryan Preece is just barely on the lead lap here, trying to hold off the 5, but I think he will ultimately fail. Yeah, and there we go. Kyle Larson gets to the outside and drives right on by him. And again, Larson, he's got a big lead here. Bell passing Hocevar there for the 4th position. There we go. Do you know they don't do any more before they start the race? They don't tell you who teammates are anymore. I mean, I don't know when the last time they did pre-race stuff where they told people whose teammates are, but I mean, really outside of, I mean, I guess you could do that as like a weekly segment or something to just remind people who the teammates are, but I feel like, again, for most weekly viewers, they already know who the teammates are. Now, if you're talking about the because I do remember during, I believe it was the 2017 Brickyard 400, they did a basically seeing who knows how much about their different teammates with the RCR guys, which that was a fun thing. But again, that's something that takes a lot of time and effort to film. Which one, I don't know how often they would even do a segment like that, and two, yeah, they would have to. They would spend time filming that, and then if we don't get a rain delay or anything, I mean, maybe you put that in pre-race too, but limited time to try and go ahead and do it. But yeah, if you want to know who's teammates with who, I know every single team pretty much. So, I mean, you can go ahead and do some rapid fire team. They're on a team. I can name all their drivers probably. But yeah, I mean, I don't remember that ever being really a featured segment on the NASCAR broadcasts. Well, even on old broadcasts that I've gone back and rewatched from like the 90s and 80s. So, yep, Blaney with his fresher tires has only managed to muster up the speed to get to the ninth position, which is not great. You need to go ahead and check my fantasy lineup to get my to potentially move my guy out of the garage. Because we've got 11 laps left in the stage, so if anyone does play the NASCAR fantasy game, now would be the time to go ahead and make your roster swap to go ahead and change out your driver for your garage. Well, I am okay with Kyle Busch in my garage, I think. Alright, here we go. Again, Ryan Blaney trying to make it to the bottom here on Briscoe, looking to try and gain one more spot. But again, 9 laps to go on the stage and not a lot of time left. Alright, here we go. Again, right now we got 7 laps to go here. Larson's got a 2 1/4 second lead here. Let's see. Yeah, Larson's going to give me a lot of points. Yeah, that is for sure. I was just unsure of starting him because of the amount of times I've used him already this year that I was worried about it. But ultimately, my roster looks pretty good, and I am in 8th place in the fantasy league. Are you kidding me? I say a lot of tire marbles on the track as well, so definitely keeping an eye on those. But 5 laps to go. I got to check my other rosters just to make sure Kyle Busch is in the garage for all of them. Alright, so Kyle Busch was not in the garage there. Now he is. Alright, so Kyle Larson still dominating this one, but not as we were coming down to the last lap. White flag in the stage here. Let's see. Who? Maybe it's because you got a penalty for Kyle. No, I mean Kyle Busch doesn't get. Just because I mean, first off, he's in my garage, so he's not counting towards my roster in the first place. And two, points are only based upon where guys are running at the current moment. So it must be because I didn't have, yeah, it's because I have Blaney instead of Bowman or someone. Yeah, so my bonus points column is definitely not helping me too much there. Let's see. Larson is the Lewis Hamilton today. I mean, I guess depending on how you want to clarify Lewis Hamilton, because I think that Hamilton is, I think Hamilton's a little bit lesser today than he. If you were making that comparison, I mean, I think he's more closely compared to, the guy he's always compared to, which is Max Verstappen. But yep. All right, so there we go. We got the commercial break here at the end of the stage. Let's go ahead and open up some more Prism NASCAR packs. And we pull a Natalie Decker card. Yay. Jake Garcia, Chandler Smith, a red National Pride William Byron parallel. All right. And a Kyle Larson car. And the William Byron is numbered out of 199, just like the other red parallels. So there we go. At least got a numbered card out of that one. Alright, let's see. Alright, so they're going to. They were a commercial break, so you're not missing a thing. Let's see. Alright, the back card is not numbered, so that tells me we probably don't have a red card here. Bill Elliott. William Wallace, rookie card. Austin Dillon. Oh, you get a pot of gold Brad Keselowski card and a Nick Sanchez blue cracked ice. So the pot of gold isn't colored, so it won't be no number on the back of that one. And then one last pack here. Let's see. Last pack. Do we think we got some last pack magic here today? Let's see. Last pack magic, some LPM. Alright, well, let's see. We've got Connor Mozak, rookie card. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Tanner Gray. Daniel Suarez, green. And a Ryan Blaney, blue cracked ice. Alright. I think all those cards are duplicates to the ones that I've pulled before, but hey, some pretty cool cards. Alright, there we go. They're coming back from commercial break. We will be set to go here. Alright, where did I set my, there's my, unit of, card protectors. Alright. Boom. Alright. So yeah, they're up there sweeping up the marbles. The tire marbles up there to try and get this track cleaned and ready to go. And we get William Byron in here. So we didn't get a 1 of 25. We actually didn't get anything better than a 1 of 200. Our reds, but we did get a couple of reds like we normally do in these, so at least we got what we normally do. Alright, so there we go, and pit road is open. Pit road is open here. Alright. So they're coming down pit road again. The 77 and 7 are the only ones the only notable drivers pitting on the front half of the pit lane. The back half of the pit lane is where we find a lot of the other drivers. We got Christopher Bell, we got Alex Bowman, we got Kyle Larson. We also got guys like Ty Gibbs out here on the back half of pit road as well. So, yeah, there we go. Larson's going to win the race off pit road. And, oh, we got a 3-wide battle for the spot. Denny Hamlin gains 2 spots as Christopher Bell loses 1. Ty Gibbs gains 2. Carson Osevar losing 2 spots. Haley losing 2 spots. So, not a great day for those two on pit road. But, yeah, Denny Hamlin able to just beat by a nose off the pit lane there. Come on. So here we go. Alright, well, we are just chilling out here. We got 14 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to spend a portion of your very valuable Sunday here with us as we are getting ready for this one. We are getting ready for the final stage here. We got 250 laps to go. And so far, we only had 1 caution for contact, which was the 88 going for a spin around there. So the 88 going for the spin. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. 14 viewers again. Thank you guys for everybody that has decided to show up. Man, these streams take up a decent chunk of time, but hopefully you guys enjoy them again. I really enjoyed streaming them, so that's why we've been doing them for now 2 years, but I always hope you guys enjoy them too. Again, giving an outlet for people who might not otherwise have a way to watch the sport. But yeah, so there we go. 14 people. There we go. Hey, and feel free to drop a like. Hopefully let's see if we can get ourselves up to 10 likes. If we can get ourselves up to 10 likes, we'll see what we can do. But yeah, right now we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Also, Taterhead, Lewis Hamilton is spelled Lewis. Just letting you know. But yeah, so again, we're just chilling out. They should hopefully be getting back from commercial break here shortly. Again, I likely will not be home for the Texas race weekend, so I apologize if I will not be streaming those races, but it's Texas. I don't think anyone will really notice I'm gone even. Okay, so there we go. Chris Myers and Jamie McMurray down on the pit road. Going for the race recap. Let's see. Justin Steele undergo reconstructive elbow surgery. Okay, I'm assuming that's a pitcher or a baseball player, but I, full honesty, no idea who that is. Alright, there we go. Yeah, they're just going through a quick rundown of the race so far. Very few moments, considering the fact that Kyle Larson has led over half the race at this point. In fact, if he can lead another about 25 laps or so, he will officially clinch most laps led of the day. I mean, granted, I think he's already pretty close to being able to clinch that anyway, as long as Alex Bowman doesn't retake the lead, although Bowman is right there for the lead, so that one will be a tough one to hold on to, but yep, Larson 20 points on the day, Bowman 16, Hamlin 15, Haley with 13 points on the day so far. Bell and Hocevar also with 13 points, then Blaney, Gibbs, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the other drivers who have earned any amount of stage points throughout the day. Alright, there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah, let me know who your guys' favorite drivers are. We can keep an eye on them throughout the race. But, yeah, right now, though, William Byron has managed to finally show up and make it up into the top 15 here. He really had a really rough start to the day. Bowman, Larson to the front row. Hamlin, Bell to the outside. Ty Gibbs, Hocevar, and Haley to the inside. So all the Gibbs guys actually up inside the front 4 rows here, as Briscoe will take his spot on the outside of row 4. Reddick and Blaney, row 5. Row 6 will be Allmendinger, Byron. Row 7 will be Barry, Wallace. Chastain and Austin Dillon, row 8. Row 9 is Elliott and Cindric. Rounding out row 10 will be Stenhouse and Kyle Busch. So we got ourselves a very stacked lineup here as we get ready to go back. Restarting. Again, pace car will be pulling off track this time by. And then we will see the run to the green. Yeah, there we go. Pace car is off, and green flag is out. Larson is away with the lead once again. And now it's going to be the battle between Hamlin versus Bowman here to see who is going to take that second spot here. Hamlin continues to try and side draft. He could have maybe snuck into that second spot, or into the third spot, but no, he jumps up in front, and now he's cleared to get in front of Bowman, but he's going to stay on the outside trying to take the spot from Larson. Not going to be able to get it, but does get down in front of Alex Bowman there. As the rest of the Toyotas behind him are starting to get hungry here. I think these Toyotas are looking for a shot. Kind of starting to wish I had taken Ty Gibbs, but here we go. Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, both making some progress here. Again, those two Spire cars on the inside are actually doing okay, working together here. All right, so let's see what exactly happened here to the 20. Because the 20 just got really loose for no apparent reason. 123 laps to go here. Again, the Gibbs drivers are second, 4th, 6th, and then 11th for Chase Briscoe. So Briscoe having a little bit of a bad restart here so far. But yeah, right now though the 20 of Bell has gotten to the inside line, and he's just going to try and ride there while Ryan Blaney is trying to make some moves on the outside of the racetrack. And Blaney is able to pass Bell, so Bell now back to the 7th position. But Ty Gibbs moved his way all the way up to 4th. Would love to see a Ty Gibbs win. If Ty Gibbs can break through and win 1, that would be great, because it would shut up some of the people I see on social media talking about how, Gibbs is a bust, they should kick him out, so that because he's only there because of his grandfather, which he's done more than enough to earn a chance at the top ride. And think about all the other drivers who take 2.5, 3 seasons to win a race. This is his 3rd full season. And, yeah, I mean, Chase Elliott, William Byron, to name a couple of them. You know, Kyle Larson as well. In fact, all 4 of the Hendrick drivers, it took them, you know, over a full season to win a race. And, in fact, I believe they were all in, all their starts were in the 70s to 80s when they finally won a race. So, actually, I believe Elliott and Byron, I think, were both on run 99 when they finally broke through the win. So, again, sometimes it does take just a little bit of time and some patience with these drivers. So, I haven't given up on Ty Gibbs, although I would like to see him. I think this is the year to try and break through and win a race, show that you can win a race. Again, he will have a ride there pretty close to as long as he wants because the last name is there. But he's also won an Xfinity championship. He's done enough to warrant that ride. I mean, and say there are so many drivers who don't win an Xfinity championship who get longer leashes than people are giving Ty Gibbs. And just because someone has a last name does not mean that they're instantly only there because of the last name. Yeah, last names in racing absolutely help. I mean, if my last name was Earnhardt, yeah, I probably could have been in the, I probably could have driven a race car at some point. But my last name is not Earnhardt, so. But, yeah, so that's just a comparison, but, yep. Alright, so you had a commercial break. We are chilling out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Still got about 8-9 people hanging out in chat. We are still, we're still sitting pretty close to the, okay, good. Someone was trying to print something. Alright, so there we go. Where's Dick Trickle running? He's not racing at all. Not today, at least. Neither is Ricky Bobby, unfortunately. We do get to see Ricky Bobby race at the Spring Talladega race in the ARCA Menard series. And by Ricky Bobby, I do mean, what's the guy's name? Why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden? The YouTuber who raced at Daytona. Why am I forgetting his name for the life of me? I'm sure I'll think. Say Rick Mast Lake Speed. Yeah. Yeah, no, you must be in like the complete wrong decade, I think, at this point. If you're looking for those guys, none of them are racing today, unfortunately. Would love to see Rick Mast go out there and race. Yeah, there we go. We're chilling out. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. But yep, there we go. Let's say Tony Stewart could probably get out here and still contend for race wins, I think. But he's, I think, more focused on his drag racing stuff. And we're back from commercial break. All right, there we go. 209 laps to go here. Again, Kyle Larson has officially crossed off the most laps led award of the day, as he has now led over half the race, 254 laps out of a total of 500. 250 would be halfway, and yep, so he's led over half the race here. They've got Driven by Speed Keanu Reeves versus Cody Jones. No idea what that is, but apparently that's at 9:30 tonight on FS1. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah, hoping to have some content over on the gaming channel later this week as well. So there we go. So I guess you're saying there's no Morgan Shepherd or Sterling Marlin either? I remember seeing Morgan Shepherd get out of the car to change his own Xfinity Series tire one race. But yeah, nope. No Morgan Shepherd today. No Sterling Marlin. 205 laps left here. And again, the 7 of Haley trying to find some speed in that upper lane here, but again, that bottom line, once we get like that first couple laps knocked off the thing, we really start to look at it, and the bottom lane does start to just become the king here, as Joey Logano going down a lap here. Come on, Kyle Busch. You have to at least be able to outdo your teammate in Austin Dillon at this point. I mean, that is where I will draw the line. I mean, I'm a Kyle Busch fan. I give Kyle Busch a lot of breaks when it comes to excuses for poor performances. But, man, if you can't outrun Austin Dillon in equal equipment, the questions need to start being asked. And here we go. Oh, the 34 of Todd Gilliland coming to the pits under green flag conditions, and that is going to be a death knell to his day. He is going to be done, at least in terms of any real chance at competing for the day. All right, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. 200 laps to go here. Zane Smith looking to the inside of Alex Bowman. Where did Bowman drop to? Bowman's all the way down to 24th. Uh-oh, that blue smoke. That's really not good. Blue smoke inside the number 48 team. Yeah, I mean, he's dropped basically the tail end of the lap. Currently in 24th place. But yeah, something is really wrong with that 48 car, and I'm sure we'll see him coming to pit road here shortly. But yeah, blue smoke, you never want to see that. So again, I think the 48 is going to start to make a few people nervous out here with the smoke coming out those tailpipes, because that's not tire smoke, which means that's possibly engine smoke, maybe? I'm trying to think of what would give off blue smoke like that, but that is not good here. Yeah, Kyle Larson coming up on the back bumper of the 17 of Buescher, trying to put him a lap down here. And man, Kyle Larson is just absolutely lights out, the best driver of the day there, and he just lapped his teammate in the 48 car again, just trying to get out from behind that thing. That blue smoke, you don't want him to lay down potentially oil at some point and end up slipping in it. Especially where you've had the best car of the day. You do not want to end up being out of this race due to a slip in oil. So far, though, Kyle Larson, the most wins in the next-gen era. There we go. Good job, Kyle. Alright, so there we go. Ty Gibbs currently sits in the 3rd position. So yeah, last 3 finishes for Ty Gibbs. He had his 25th at Miami, but then he's turned it around with a 13th and a 9th place run last week at Darlington. I mean, all things considered, Ty Gibbs is really starting to turn it around. Oh, one of my buddies just texted me saying that with what? so again, we're just chilling out here. They go to commercial. Alright. Well, during the commercial break, let's go ahead and flip this on over. We got some more Mosaic NFL cards. Let's see if we can pull the Jaden. Is it Jaden? Why am I blanking on the quarterback in Washington's name? But yeah, let's see if we can pull a cool card here in Mosaics. Alright, well, we pull a Michael Pittman Jr. card as the first card out the pack. Cool to see a Colts player. Christian Kirk for the Jaguars. Ken Anderson for the Bengals. We get rookie Jermaine Burton for the Cincinnati Bengals. A Brian Thomas Jr. Mosaic. There we go. And Darius Slade Jr. on the green mosaic. So a pair of cool mosaic cards there. Alright. And set the base cards off to the side. We'll go ahead and sleeve them up in a moment. Alright, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So I got some ads going on. Here we go. We got Travis Kelce. Kayvon Thibodeau. National Pride, TJ Watt. Terrion Arnold, rookie for the Detroit Lions. NFL debut, a Prism, Jalen Wright. So if he ends up doing something as a player for the Dolphins. And then we get a Justin Jefferson to round out the commercial break as they are switching back. So let's go ahead and get this flip back over. Alright, so there we go. 177 laps to go. Still plenty of time. Alright, let's go ahead and get these sleeved up. And hopefully we'll be able to go ahead and... actually, I do want to definitely price check the Brian Thomas Jr. card at the very least. Alright, so 175 laps to go here. Hamlin, 2 seconds back of Larson. Gibbs currently sits middle of 3 wide there as he is right in the middle of lap traffic here. Blaney and Hocevar breathing down his neck for some spots as well as Hocevar is right behind him. Battle of the restaurants there. You got Chili's versus Arby's with Cody Ware getting lapped by the 77 of Hocevar. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's look up the values real quick. Or at least get my app up. Alright, so here we go. Again, right now we got the 19 of Briscoe out there. Bell's kind of returned himself to the 7th position here. And again, we're just taking the time down. I assume we're going to need a pit stop somewhere around halfway through the stage, but right now we are just flying here. They're doing a crank it up, so that means we're just going to get a bunch of engine noises, which we can't hear. Alright, well, again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Alright, can't find the right, although I don't. Yeah, so the right's not nearly as important as this Brian Thomas Jr. card, since BTJ actually had a really good rookie year. That one might be in the right time to flip it already. Alright, so 163 laps going again. The Crank It Up's still going, and it's impossible to follow much of a storyline during Crank It Up. It's almost like the Alright, so 160 laps here. Let's see. I'm really curious to know the answer here. Let's see. Alright, let's look at this saved up here, and it's green or blue. Okay, that one looks to be right, so it's about. Okay. It is not numbered. Because if it was numbered, it'd be that one. Alright, so there we go. Alright, we got Denny Hamlin in second, but he's dropped to nearly 4 seconds behind the leader. Let's say when Larson's got a 4-second lead like this, like, come on, man. Can we get a caution or something to hopefully shake things up? So again, we're just chilling out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, this race is definitely not the most exciting thing of all time. And it's making me a little bit worried because I remember the last Bristol race that Larson dominated like this. And unfortunately, I was there in attendance and it was sitting through the whole thing up in the stands. And if I'm going to a race, I like it to be exciting. When I'm watching on TV, I can kind of chalk up that not every race can be a thriller because that would make the really good ones a lot less special. Oh, man. Apologies for anyone headphone users there, but man. All right, 150 laps to go here. So 150 to go. And yep, there we go. The 48 of Alex Bowman going to the garage area. And that is going to be day done for him. Alright, well, let's see. Again, so far, Kyle Larson's led over 300 laps. Are you kidding me? Is he gonna lead almost? Is he gonna get to 400 laps led? I mean, at least it's not like last week where we were talking about Hendrick Carr leading literally from the drop of the green flag every lap. At least we had those first 40 laps or so by Bowman to keep us busy. and to avoid the chaos of what would happen in that situation. All right, well, welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We are chilling out here. We got Larson jumping out to a big lead here. He's gotten, again, nearly 4 full seconds between himself and Hamlin. As Eric Jones coming to pit road. Eric Jones going to potentially be the first one to come to pit road. Going to try and open up that window. Looks like there's another car on pit road as well. Not sure, but green flag pit stops here are going to be risky. But if we start to see some of these drivers, looks like, if we start to see some of these guys, like maybe a Tyler Reddick or an Allmendinger come to pit road, does that start to draw the rest of them down? Because we've seen how much faster you can be on fresh tires, so. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. But we've been chilling out here. Good chunk of the day. Alright, let's see. There's a Blaney completely clearing their, There's a Blaney complaining about where all the lap cars are running, because they're running like right in the lane he wants to be racing in for top speed. Alright, so there we go. So 38 laps to go, 138 laps to go here. Again, the green flag pit stop timing is going to be interesting here, because again, we're getting up on halfway in the stage. So the question ends up becoming, what lap do you pit on? Lap 125 would be the official halfway. Alright, there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Oh, I completely forgot to give me Alright, there we go. Alright, well, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, they go to a full screen commercial break. Let's go ahead and open some more packs. But yeah, again, right now we're just chilling out. This race has been a snooze fest. Not every race can be super exciting, but say if every race was exciting like that, then the really special ones like Atlanta last year would not be nearly as exciting. All right, we get Amari Cooper, Hutchinson, Derwin James, Eddie George, Hall of Fame Charles Haley for the Dallas Cowboys, and a green mosaic Mark Van Edgeren with the Vegas Raiders. All right. No clue who he is, but there we go. We at least get a green mosaic. All right, there we go. Ooh, we get a bright blue. We get a Carolina Panthers Joey Swell wearing his Broncos uniform. Russell Wilson, Ryan Mitchell, rookie Devontae Walker for the Baltimore Ravens, and a National Pride blue TJ Watt. Nice. And we get notoriety Michael Penix Jr. There we go. So we got a couple of rookies out of that pack. They're back to racing. We are, or not back to racing, but they're back from the commercial break. Let's get these last two packs out the way. Because it's not like we're missing much. We got Kyle Larson, who is now up. Oh, no, actually, Denny Hamlin's starting to run him down. Is that actually Denny Hamlin starting to run him down, or did my leaderboard start messing up? I wonder. Got Jalen Ramsey, Geno Smith, Bo Nix debut, Mark Brunell, Trevon Dre Sweat, and a green rookie Nate Wiggins. All right. I will gladly take a green rookie over a green base card. Of a player that nobody's even heard of, probably. Yeah, well, okay, there we go. Hamlin's actually reeled him back in. There we go. We actually have something exciting on the track, so. Gotta get this last pack open. Let's get our last pack magic. Will Anderson Jr. Trey Hendrickson. National Pride Tyreek Hill. Austin Eckler for the Commanders, Chad Johnson for the Bengals, and Jalen Hurts touchdown masters. There we go. All right, let's flip back to that scene, and let's get this thing back underway here for the NASCAR stuff. So again, Larson's been reeled back in by about a full second here. The question is, again, the same question we've been dealing with. Let's do, okay, when do you make your final pit stop? I mean, the easy answer is under the next caution flag, but you might need to pit before you end up getting another caution here. I mean, we've been green for what? Like 100? We've been green for probably 180 laps here. It's definitely possible you might need to pit before that point. Alright, there we go. And yeah, there's Ty Gibbs on pit road. Ty Gibbs came in for a green flag pit stop. Alright, Ty Gibbs, there we go. That's going to be the driver that potentially starts the run. Alright, so yeah, we still have a mega box of mosaics. Yeah, so considering the past precedent, I would say that this card's probably about a $5 to $10 card, probably about $7 is what I would probably say. And here comes Larson. Kyle Larson comes to pit road. All right, we got Kyle Larson on pit road. Denny Hamlin was just on pit road as well. All right, so there we go. Larson heads down pit road for a pit stop here. So does William Byron, and now everybody else on track is going to be clamoring to try and get to the pits here. Oh, Blaney stays out? Did Blaney stay out? Uh-oh. Yep, Blaney. Haley stay out here. I mean, maybe one of these guys could stay out and try and trap Larson and some of these other guys lap down, but I mean, staying out at this point is going to be a risky thing for whoever does it. Justin Haley bows out as he comes to pit road. I mean, again, green flag pit stops, they take a fair amount of time, even though you only have to do one side of pit road, and with how fast laps go off here, it is going to be a tough one to just stay on the lead lap. But there we go. Larson only one lap down and still in 10th inside the top 10. Blaney hanging on here, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it in the end for him. Alright, there we go. Alright, so again, we got ourselves a pretty good race going on here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. As I said, this race got a lot more interesting once we got the once we started to get some pit stops going on here. Again, Keselowski, Priest, Stenhouse still a lap down and ahead of Larson. So Stenhouse is already pit. When was Stenhouse's pit stop? Oh, he pitted long ago. So unless he's able to make it all the way to the end on that one, Stenhouse might be in a little bit of trouble. Just a little bit. But yeah, Larson, though, 4 miles an hour faster than the leader. That is going to be concerning. Again, if you're Blaney, you're losing you're 4 miles an hour slower right now than the race leader. Well, than the true race leader. Because technically you are the race leader, but you won't be when you pit. Alright, well, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so Stenhouse has now lost a spot to Larson, but again, if Stenhouse can just make those tires last, he will have a shot at least contending. Alright, here we go. Again, we're just chilling out of here. Tyler Reddick up to the second position. He is also not pit here. Oh, yeah, no, Stenhouse won't be able to make it because he pitted the same lap that Blaney did. I thought maybe he pit under green very early in the run and just was banking on a yellow at that point. Or banking on it to run green. But, yeah, nope. So Stenhouse is going to be in a bit of trouble there. Yeah, I clearly should have put Justin Haley on the pre-game poll, or pre-race poll, but there we go. 94 laps to go. 94 to go. Alright, 408 laps completed here. 92 laps to go. Again, time is ticking here. They are going to have to, again, Larson and the others are going to have to try and make something happen. Ty Gibbs, he was to pit road a few laps earlier, but he was not able to get by Larson, which is a little disappointing for that earlier pit stop. He and Bell both came to pit road a little earlier. So it's looking like it's going to be Larson's race to lose unless we get a caution. Yeah, I mean, at this point, again, Larson has absolutely decimated this race and definitely deserves the win, so I won't be upset if he wins it, but man, if we get a caution, it would be so interesting here. Alright, so again, 88 laps to go. Time is of the essence here, but again, we got 3 drivers who have yet to pit. Reddick, Wallace, and Blaney. Blaney just lapped Bubba on pace, which means Larson's going to be catching him in a hurry here. If we get a caution, it would shake everything up here. Especially if Larson isn't the free pass, because then Larson would have to wave around. Now, granted, he could definitely wave around, and so would most of the field, but he would then be on older tires compared to Blaney and Reddick, so a caution right now would actually be pretty close to perfect if you're a Reddick or Blaney here. And there goes Ryan Preece coming to pit road. That's going to drop him out of real contention here. Alright, so there we go. 83 laps to go here. Alright, come on. Kyle Larson hanging on to this lead, but here comes Hamlin. Hamlin's not that far behind. Hamlin can contend with Kyle Larson here. And if that happens, and here comes Ryan Preece on those brand new tires trying to make this one happen. And Allmendinger actually stole the quick lap away while we were waiting through the Kyle Larson domination. AJ Allmendinger quietly set the fastest lap of the day. So there we go. AJ Allmendinger quietly setting the fastest lap. Taking an extra point away from somebody, possibly putting a point towards his potential point into the playoffs, although I think at this point it's probably going to be an Allmendinger having to win a road course to try and go for it. But a slow stop on the 77 team. Are you kidding me? He'd been so good, and now he's in 14th place. Technically, it would be 11th if everything cycles around the way we think it would. And there we go. Reddick just ahead of Blaney. Blaney about to lap Reddick here. So yeah, Reddick to Blaney to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to try and lap Reddick here. Blaney's still showing a lot of speed in those tires. 175 laps into this stage, and Blaney is making those tires count. Again, if he can get the entire field is a lap down, then you start to ask the question of, okay, what happens with the caution? Because the caution would change everything at this point. But again, if Larson can just get himself into position to be the first car one lap down, he would get the free pass and be and be able to pit while being at the front. And that's all in this hypothetical world where we get a caution, which we are not guaranteed. 74 laps to go, though. No way Blaney makes it the entire distance on this set of tires. In fact, I'm quite surprised that they managed to make it this far on the set of tires. But that's what happens when you have only one practice session and it happens to be a really cold day that day. If we could have practiced in warmer temperatures, maybe gotten something out of it. But right now, It is a cold day there. It was a cold day in practice, but it is a really warm one here on the track. Alright, so there we go. Justin Haley trying to put himself in a position to maybe get one of his laps back here. But the 5 of Kyle Larson, he is now past Bubba Wallace. He is going to try and run down Blaney, see if he can unlap himself on merit before Blaney comes to pit road. Which, Blaney, if you're Blaney's got to figure out what he's going to do here. Do you let Larson pass you on the racetrack before you come to pit road? Is that your timing as to when you come to pit road? Is when Larson passes you? And here we go. 175 laps on those tires. Again, you can absolutely sprint it to the checkers on your set of tires that you'll be on when you pit. And that might be the advantage for Blaney. But now Larson's the free pass. Now that Larson's in the free pass position, Larson will be able to be on fresh tires. Yeah, and Reddick comes to pit road. Reddick hits pit road here. Oh, wait, no, Reddick was just doing the other side tires first. I thought Reddick was doing no tires, and I was like, oh, that's a strategy. I have no idea how it makes any sense, but yeah, no, there we go. Bubba Wallace will also likely pit here in a moment. So, 66 laps to go. Come on. Alright, so here we go. 63 laps to go. 63 more times around here. And now Larson passes Blaney to put himself on the lead lap here. So Larson's now a lead lap car, just like Ryan Blaney. Now, that would also mean that now Larson could potentially end up staying out and really putting the screws on some of these guys. I know Ryan Blaney comes to pit road the second he got past, so that will go ahead and cycle Larson back around, and we'll see where he ends up coming out for Blaney. Here comes Bubba Wallace as well, rolling down pit road. It's going to be Larson, Hamlin, Gibbs. The question is, how far back will everybody be? And who will find the speed to try and run down Kyle Larson? Will anybody find the speed to run down Kyle Larson? Does the speed to run down Kyle Larson today even exist here? Yeah, we saw a three-peat earlier this year. Could we see Denny Hamlin be the second driver in a row to get the three-peat? Or not the second driver in a row, but second driver this year already to win 3 races. I mean, last time we had 2 drivers win 3 races in a row in the spring, it was ended up being the Big 3 season, which was both Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch winning 3 races. Yeah, back in 2018, I believe it was, so. Actually, that ironically, I think happened right about the same point in the schedule, too, because we were getting ready to go to Talladega when Kyle Busch had completed his 3 in a row. But again, right now, Hamlin's only a second and a quarter back. He could run down Larson, but he needs these lap cars to be tough on Larson. As I say, if Larson has an easy to medium time getting through lap traffic, which it doesn't, he's got a lot of it to deal with. But Larson is now lapped up to 10th place. Are you kidding me? Again, he's lapping a lot of cars here, and he's going to be trying to lap guys like Blaney and Dillon who are on fresh tires, which is going to be hard to do. Alright, so here we go again. Right now, Kyle Larson, he's losing time though. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him. And Larson is not having an easy time of it. Hamlin's running him down. The question is, oh, and yep, there we go. And officially engine failure for the 48 of Bowman. So Bowman's officially had an engine failure, so he is done. So again, Hamlin right now chasing down Kyle Larson. Larson threading his way 3 wide through the middle. There we go. Good job, Larson, to find a way through there. And that will start to help put some distance behind himself and Hamlin, because Hamlin is going to have to navigate this lap traffic too, which hopefully, again, that'll be a little easier on him because of the fact that he's not actually the leader, but... Alright, so there we go. Alright, so again, Larson, Hamlin, out in front of the field. Those two have a massive lead on Gibbs. So again, if there's no caution flag, it's only Larson versus Hamlin for the lead. If there's a caution flag, that brings the rest of the lead lap cars into the mix here. But again, Austin Dillon just out ahead of the ahead of him, and Kyle Larson's already in the top 10 all-time lap leaders at Bristol. Wow. I mean, good job, but yeah, I mean, as a last year's fall race and this spring race, I mean, shock and surprise, he's led a lot of laps, but here we go. AJ Allmendinger looking around, trying to get around the 45 of Reddick here, because he knows Kyle Larson, the Terminator, is coming. 43 laps to go. So, 43 laps to go. Come on. And yep, there we go. He goes to the outside of Austin Dillon. Going to put him a lap behind the race here. So that now puts Austin Dillon into the free pass window, and that will keep Hocevar and Haley firmly off the lead lap. Again, right now, Denny Hamlin, he's within a second, but it is all going to be down to lap traffic here. Yeah, only one caution for contact. There's been 3 cautions total due to the 2 stage ends. But yeah, we've only had 1 crash. And again, right now, Ty Gibbs trying to weave his way through the field. But again, he's 5 seconds back. He's not going to be able to make any kind of move here unless he gets a caution to give himself a chance. Yeah, Ty Gibbs' last 3 results, though, are going to be a whole lot better than than the start to his year was looking, because he hadn't had a top 20 finish since Daytona until 2 weeks ago. Alright, so there we go. Again, we are chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I will not be able to record my race review tonight after the race, so expect it will be up sometime tomorrow. But yeah, I will not be able to record later. I won't be recording it later tonight, probably. So, but yeah, Hamlin only he's dropping back down to 9/10 of a second back. He's got to get by Austin Dillon. Yeah, everyone 10th on back is a lap down. Yep. Yep, that is about how this race has gone. And again, Hamlin had been staying somewhat close and in contact with the leader, but now Larson's starting to get through some of that lap traffic, and there's a lot less of it now. So 34 laps to go here. So again, oh, you know what? Hey, if we get another caution, we'll check in on Long Beach, see how Long Beach is going for IndyCar, because I have absolutely no idea. I haven't once glimpsed over at the Indy. You know what? Let's at least take a look at the IndyCar running board, see if there's more or less cars on the lead lap in their race than in ours. Alright, so right now, wow, nope, there is not a lot of lead lap car. Yeah, there's about, IndyCar is a weird one with how their app works, but yeah, right now, Stingray Rob leading at Long Beach, but it's only halfway done. Hey, you know what? Do you guys want to see, you guys want to hear me react to Long, actually, no, I can't. I got other things to do. Never mind. I was gonna say, do you guys want to see me react to Long Beach? But then I remember, nope, can't do that. But yeah, I would. I am gonna be curious to see how Long Beach goes. Normally, I would have expected the NASCAR race to still be going on by the time Long Beach ended, but at this pace with the insane speed that the drivers have been going, I mean, we have not had we've had one caution all night, and it was for a single car spin by SVG. I mean, yeah, it definitely deserved to bring out a caution, but no damage to really any cars on the track at all. Well, someone was smart. Let's see. Alright, so here we go. 23 laps to go. And this race is it's going. It's been a very dominant race here. Alright, 22 laps to go. Anybody else want to try and win this one? Anybody? Come on. Here we go. Alright, yeah, here we go. Come on. Cindric versus Larson. Come on. Oh, but there's a ton of lap traffic in front of the 11, which is going to slow him down. Good thing is Kyle Larson has some lap traffic too, but it looks like they're mostly getting out of his way. 19 laps to go, which means we've only got about 5 more minutes of racing here. The best part is I can see it on your screen. Yeah, I like having the ability to see the top 10. That way, if I'm missing something, or if I'm quiet for a bit, or if bathroom break or anything else, you guys can see the results. So, yeah, I like being able to have that on the screen. And as far as I know, it's within copyright bounds, because some people just go and put the full race broadcast up, and that is absolutely not allowed via copyright, but people don't enforce it, so allows bots and stuff to run rampant. But yeah, again, right now though, it's just been a Kyle Larson runaway show here. Larson out in front of the field by now, 1.5 seconds over Hamlin. Without a caution, I think this one is going to end up going to Kyle Larson. 15 laps to go. 15 more times around. Let's go ahead and cancel the ads because nobody likes ads. And I've run enough ads today. Run enough ads. Don't need to bore you guys with another one here. Alright, so 14 laps to go. Again, Larson, he's gotten out in front. Barring a caution, I think this one is probably done with here. And right now, Larson's has just controlled this one now. He's going to be coming up on Allmendinger, who has not only the fastest lap of the day, but also is the next car on the lead lap. So that could be a little bit of an interesting one to see how that potentially plays out here. But again, Larson just absolutely running on a rail here. As he's coming up behind Brad Keselowski, looks to the bottom. Brad Keselowski stays nice and neatly out of his way. Oh, no, actually, Keselowski fights back on corner exit. There we go. Good job, good job, Brad Keselowski. There we go. Keselowski hanging on 16th right now is where he's at on the... so, yeah, right now he's in 16th place, trying to hang on here. Got the 17 of Buescher up and out the way. But again, if Keselowski can put up a good fight here, potentially hold up the 5, could allow the 11 to sneak back into the picture here, but it is going to take a lot of work here to try and hold up this number 5 car. And the number 5 right now is just absolutely dominated today. He's led over 400 laps on the day. I mean, that is an insane statistic. Here, no! Kyle Larson up into the fence! Kyle Larson just scraped the fence! No! Kyle Larson just scraped the fence. And I say, no caution, but I say, he can't keep doing, he's got to be careful not to do that again. And I say, was that just, yeah, Larson just overdrove it up into the corner and just scrapes the fence. Not a big hit or anything. Not going to break a toe link. But, yeah, that is a mistake you do not want to make a second time, and I think that is a big wake-up call for Larson to just relax. You have a big lead here, and now you're going by Brad Keselowski. I think if you get by Keselowski, this race is over. 5 laps to go. 5 more times around. Kyle Larson out in front of the field at Bristol. You've got Denny Hamlin trying to make something happen, but Hamlin now 2 full seconds behind without a caution. It is not going to happen here. Kyle Larson has gotten to the back of AJ Allmendinger. That's the last car on the lead lap. Come on. Just leave Allmendinger alone and do not challenge him. And you might survive it. No, it looks like he's going to try and challenge Allmendinger for the position. 3 laps to go. 3 more times around. Allmendinger leading the field here as he's hanging on to that last car on the lead lap status. Meanwhile, we've got a battle between teammates here for, I have no idea what, oh, that's the battle for 3rd there. Ty Gibbs versus Briscoe here, battling it out for 3rd place. Ty Gibbs going to hang on to it. But Denny Hamlin up the track. Yeah, Denny Hamlin having a really hard time. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Now not even a caution can stop him. As we got the white flag is out. Kyle Larson thinking better of trying to pass AJ Allmendinger. Looking to the bottom of the racetrack. He's not going to get it. Caution flag. No caution comes out. Checkered flag. Kyle Larson. So Kyle Larson wins this one. Denny Hamlin 2nd. 3rd is going to be Ty Gibbs. 4th, Chase Briscoe. So a 1, 2, 3 for Gibbs behind Kyle Larson. But Kyle Larson is your race winner here today. And there we go. So again, Kyle Larson 1st, Denny Hamlin 2nd, Briscoe 3rd. Gibbs 3rd, Briscoe 4th. 5th will be Ryan Blaney. 6th, Byron. 7th, Chastain. 8th, Christopher Bell. 9th will be AJ Allmendinger. And rounding out your top 10 today will be Austin Dillon. But yeah, again, if you guys just came for the reaction, that is the end of the race. I will also, as I always do, go through the full finishing order, give every driver their respects, essentially the end credits of the race. But if you guys did just come for the race reaction, thank you guys for coming. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. We're trying to hit the magic 3,000 subscriber number by the end of April. Next weekend, there is no Cup Series race, but I will be streaming both the Trucks and Xfinity Series races at Rockingham Speedway next week, so look forward to that. But, yeah, so, we'll go through the full finishing order here. But yeah, we got Kyle Larson first, Denny Hamlin second. Again, most of these we just went through. Ty Gibbs, Briscoe, Blaney, the top 5. Byron 6th, 7th, Chastain. 8th will go to Bell. 9th, again, massive congratulations to Allmendinger. Fastest lap of the race for AJ Allmendinger. Kyle Larson not doing the reverse, the Polish victory lap that he normally does, where he tries to burn out the entire track. Curious as to why he's not doing that. And Austin Dillon in 10th. Carson Hocevar came home in the 11th position. He and Justin Haley had an incredible day today. Unfortunately, wasn't able to cap it off in the top 10, but 11th for Hocevar. 12th place will go to Josh Berry. He was one of my underdog picks that I thought, hey, if you're looking for a dark horse pick to potentially have a good finish, that was one of my guys. And then Justin Haley, he had a really good run today. Ultimately comes home one lap off the pace in 13th. Kyle Busch, the old dominator of Bristol, comes home in the 14th position. And Chase Elliott comes home 15th, driving the number 9 car. Brad Keselowski, 16th. He comes home 2 laps off the pace. So does Austin Cindric in 17th. 18th will go to Tyler Reddick. 19th, Bubba Wallace. And rounding out your top 20 finishers here today will be Ryan Preece. John Hunter Nemechek, 21st. 22nd will go to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 23rd, Noah Gragson. 24th is where we find Joey Logano, the first car 3 laps off the pace. And Chris Buescher will round out our top 25 finishers here today as he comes home in the 25th position. Eric Jones coming home 26th, so he's also 3 laps off the pace. Zane Smith, Zane Smith coming home 27th. 28th is where we will end up finding Riley Herbst. Cole Custer coming home in the 29th position, and rounding out your top 30 finishers is Michael McDowell in the 71 car. Unfortunately, he had some sort of issue early in the race that put him multiple laps down, and he was just never able to recover from it. Finishes about 5 laps off the pace. Jesse Love, in his Cup Series debut, comes home in the 31st position, driving car number 33. I look forward to hopefully seeing Jesse Love make some more Cup starts, because today was certainly not his best day, but we've seen him in the Xfinity Series be able to really tear it up. So, again, looking forward to the next, whatever Jesse Love does next for a Cup start. Then we go to Ty Dillon in 32nd. 33rd is going to be Daniel Suarez. 34th is where we find Corey LaJoie. I legitimately didn't even remember he was in this race today with how anonymous he was. Todd Gilliland, 35th. 36th will be where we find Cody Ware. 37th is where Alex Bowman ends up coming. Then we had Shane Van Gisbergen, who was out of the race early, along with Josh Bilicki, who will round out our 39-car field here tonight. So that is the full rundown through the finishing order. Again, thank you guys for everybody that tuned in. If you guys stayed for the full race recap, or for the full rundown through it. But yeah, there we go. As I led 411 laps at Bristol for Kyle Larson. Again, just massive congratulations to Kyle Larson and his team for being able to put together what was really an insane run. But yeah, so until next time, though, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy this live stream, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. Live stream, whatever you guys had to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and good.